Hi, this is Lee. This is my reef tank. It's been up and going for about 3 years. As you can see, I've got some corals and some livestock, fish and some hermits. I've got a couple of pairs of Peculiar clowns, a yellow tang, pufferfish and a cleaner rasp, a peacock rasp and a puffer, a blue spotted puffer. Here he is. Now this is the TMC signature 900, so 90 centimeters by 45, holds about 120 litres in the top, and it has a sump. So this is my breakdown on what I have. So I have a Jabo flow. This does different directions on the tank for surface water, so tumbles the water around. The main controller is here. You can set your modes here. It does different things. That's all the time on. This does different patterns and so forth. I have mine on 2, which circulates forward to back. You got the speed, so you can put the speed up. Sorry about the blue lights, as you know. So, got Cataphilia. I've had for about a month. It's doing very well. Got a hammer coral. I've had for about 3-4 years since I started. Conopora. Had this about 2 months. And really the rest of these, obviously Red Monty, it's got massive now. This is a frag of it I've cut off. Some green striped mushrooms down here. Got a purple whip, on and off. It's quite hard to keep, but green polyp mushroom, toadstool. And sun coral. Needs some shade from the light. Bird's nest. Pussy coral. And I think that's pretty much about it for now. The running of the tank, I do weekly water changes, 25 litres a week. Sometimes I do 2 in a week if the nitrates and things will spike. I feed the corals, this product, nanoreefroids, just a powder. Just a powder does very well. I feed them some nori and some marine flakes, and I also feed them frozen food, brine shrimp, krill, red plankton, things like that. Here's the, sorry about the shaky camera. This is my sump area. Okay, sorry about the Starbucks cup, so I feed them. This is my Bubble Magnus Curve 5 protein skimmer. It hasn't skimmed much because I've emptied it today, and to be honest with you, hasn't been skimming a lot recently. I've got it turned down at the moment to 3, which is low. If I turn it up, you can see it starts to rise, and it is skimming. But this water is pretty clean, to be honest with you. I've got my RO water in here. That is controlled by a TMC top-off system, which basically is the tube here, and there they are. There's 2 switches. The main switch, the one sunken under, and this one is the foul source safe one, as you say. I've got my heater in the back, so 200 watt. I've got some carbon in the back and another lot of carbon on the other side, just to get rid of any smells. I've got another fluval heater here. Got some live rock in the back, and I've got my return pump, which is here, TMC 1500, which I bought with the tank. It's very good, a little bit noisy on occasions. I've got a TMC, it's a Vector 300 up to 300 litres. I know this tank is a lot smaller, but I went with the big boy. UV steriliser. It's about 80-90 pounds, very good. The actual tank, here we go. I've got my obviously filter sock, change them out every 3 days. I rinse them in the shower and then put them in the wash machine on a 30 degrees with no conditioner, nothing, just to get them clean. Some glass came obviously with the tank, with the stand you put together and the tank. Now I haven't put a back in on this. The back is slightly is see-through and the sides are mirrored. I've seen a lot of people do paint theirs blue, black, and they put some film on sometimes. I kind of like the more open, clear look. I know that you can see the cables down the back. I've just done a water change, so some of these cables have been moved around recently, so I can only apologise for that. So these cables here, they should have been tidied up a little bit, so I will do that today. I have a MaxBook Razor, I think it's 15 Kelvin. It's got blue and white, and it's on a timer, sunset to sunrise. I get up to around 92%. I did have it at 100 at one point, but I don't really think you need that much on this small tank. Everything seems to be doing well, growing, as you can see. Pollux extended. My clowns have taken over this hammer. It's their nest. And they have laid some eggs, but they didn't come alive. They wasn't born. I don't know what happened to them, but all in all, it's very good. I'm going to get some more corals. A little cave there where the tang sleeps. Tell me what you think about my tank. All my electronicals, everything else is under here. So I've got a few switches inside here with skimmer and main lights and so forth. I've put everything on this backboard and I've screwed this into the back of the area. I've also got my RO there on hand. So 25 litres there ready to go when I start running low. Apart from that, I've had no real issues. The only thing I would say is that I don't know if anyone else has encountered this. The main glass is sitting directly on this. So if you get any spillages off the glass, it drips, and I had a slight little gap here, as you do, and the water was building up and causing salt creep and kind of mess. So basically what I've done is, it's a little bit shoddy, but I've put sellotape here across. I will fix this eventually, but I'll put this across, so any water now I'll just run straight over it and I can then wipe it quickly. Now I don't have that problem. Anything you think I can improve on the tank, equipment, what you think of it? Does the rockscape look okay? I have taken my time on doing this on a few different occasions. For now, I think this is the best I could. When I originally got into this hobby 3-4 years ago, this was the rock I bought from the shop. I did pick it out, but I didn't realise there was different types of rocks that you could buy, Fiji and so forth. So I kind of got a bit stumped with this rock, and it's not great. So I've escaped this as best I could, making little perches and making it steep on one side and then going down, which eventually I will fill with corals, so it won't look so bulky. Any advice, I would be grateful, and tell me what you think really of the tank. If you think it looks healthy, if you think it looks good. I am testing parameters, and for a couple of years I did test everything weekly. Now I do weekly water changes with the maintenance schedules and replacing of carbon, the filter socks and skimmer. So personally, you know, I've not had any major issues. I did test yesterday, the first time in ages. for ammonia, nitrites, nitrates, and I did notice my nitrates were rising at 3.0, which is high. Never been that high before. So on that, I've basically done another water change, and I will test that today. Thanks for listening. This is Lee, and this is my TMC Signature 900. Thank you.